If you have ever wanted to fly like a superhero, you surely thought that those dreams were hardly destined to come true. However, technology has advanced so much that part of it is no longer beyond the realm of fantasy, but has turned into modern equipment and devices that will allow brave people to soar into the air no worse than birds. Hurry up and watch. Axel Borg, a Swedish inventor, assembled a flying chair at home. He realized his childhood dream of his own aircraft. This chair is so stable that you can take breakfast with you and sip coffee on the way, looking down at traffic jams from above. Its 76 propellers help develop an airspeed of up to 50 kilometers per hour and can lift a weight of 163 kilograms. So the flying chair is quite viable in every respect. You can even fly to the office. As Archimedes said, "Give me a fulcrum and I will turn the earth over." Paraphrasing the quote in the field of aviation, now one can say, "Give me propellers and an engine, and I will lift anything into the air, even a bathtub." That is what the enthusiast brothers from Germany, known as the real-life guys, did. They used several drones to turn an ordinary bathtub into a flying vehicle and captured the flight on video camera. The proof is in front of us. This machine will safely deliver you to the bakery. It can stay at an altitude from 10 to 20 minutes. That will be enough if you suddenly unbearably want to run out for tasty treats. The FlyPod electric bicycle is the very first hybrid flying bicycle in the world. You do not need a pilot's license to operate it, and on a single charge it can cover a distance of 40 kilometers. Its efficiency is astonishing. The flying bike can stay in the sky for up to 4 hours. It is absolutely transportable and does not require special equipment for transportation. There is nothing to say. A brilliant invention, moreover, much more affordable than the next new products. We pedal bicycles, so why not lift an airplane into the air using not horsepower, but human power? The Muscle Plane is an innovative aircraft that is driven by the pilot's muscular energy. It is made according to the airplane scheme and represents a good option for outdoor fitness activities. All responsibility for the flight lies with the pilot. Such transport probably would be dreamed of not only by Santa Claus. Jetson 1 is a personal ultralight aircraft powered by a battery. Its 8 electric motors with a power of 102 horsepower allow using this supercar for sky races, while the operator does not need a pilot's license or special training in the United States. You can ride at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour. In case of emergency evacuation, the device is equipped with a parachute, as well as the ability to continue flight if one of the engines fails. The compact jet can make sharp turns so easily that even Schumacher would envy it. The list of innovative aircraft would be incomplete if we did not tell you about the Kawariite X5. This is a conceptual hybrid, an electric passenger airplane for comfortable flights at a speed of 215 kilometers per hour. It is designed for one pilot, 4 passengers, and baggage. Its passenger cabin has doors of the gull-wing type. A patented fan system in the wing allows vertical takeoff and landing, and high maneuverability convinces us that we are not so far from flying saucers. An ordinary black fly has a futuristic analog among aviation technology. Look at this little fly. The Pivotal Black Fly is an American personal vertical takeoff and landing aircraft with an electric drive. It was developed by the Canadian engineer Marcus Leng in the year 2018, and now its production was taken over by the company Pivotal. This first ultra-light electric airplane in the world with a fixed wing made its demonstration flight, flying over the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. It can take off from almost any surface, whether it is grass, snow, or anything else. Its maneuverability and technical safety will allow you to perform previously unseen tricks in the sky. The unmanned aerial vehicle Ares is a transformer that can be configured according to the task set. Its weight efficiency is high. The payload is 40% of the device's own mass, and a payload capacity of 1.5 tons allows it to transport even helicopters. The Smart Transformer device is designed for multitasking. Evacuation and transportation of people, supply of military bases, much more. Everything is controlled from a computer or a tablet. And in the future, it is planned to introduce a semi-autonomous flight mode. For parking, it needs a Plощadka Shirinoi ni bolее 15 meters, which is approximately the volume of one living room. This vertical takeoff unmanned aerial vehicle is also called a flying jeep. In the 1990s of the last century, people were only just mastering the sending of electronic mail, and now they order parts for drones in order to assemble their own aircraft at home from them. That is what a man named Marcelo Labrador did, who created a project called the Human Drone. After 3 years of studying how ordinary drones work, he managed to create a modification with acrylic panels in order to use the drone as an individual means of air transportation. As we can see, everything works perfectly, and the device lifts off the ground by several meters, is controlled, performs its tasks, and safely lands. The Romanian company Arca Space Corporation, inspired by the trilogy Back to the Future, brought into reality the possibility of gliding through the air on a board. Just as Marty McFly did, but much more modern in current conditions, the first flying board in the world is called the Arca board. A thing that looks like a giant domino rises 40 centimeters above the surface and can move, changing direction, at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. This board is more compact than a surfboard, and it has 272 horses harnessed into it. And the stabilization system can do everything itself for the rider. The motion is like air surfing, and the control works via Bluetooth from a smartphone. Just command where to turn. A resident of Montreal, Alexander Duru, entered his garage as an ordinary guy and came out as the inventor of a flying board called the Omni Hoverboard. Outwardly, it resembles a skateboard to which 2 quadcopters are attached. He made the first flight on his electric hoverboard 6 years ago, and a little later he was noted in the Guinness Book of Records, making the longest flight in the world on it. He rode over a lake and returned back. The restless Canadian is going to set up mass production of his flying boards under the brand Omni Hoverboards. Although for this, it is necessary to obtain special permission from the Canadian authorities in air traffic control. The piloted multicopter Hexa is the most advanced today. It is much faster than its analogs and can develop a speed of up to 100 kilometers per hour. If you want to be one of the first to pilot such a device, then the course will not take you so much time, only several training sessions. The hexacopter is quite resistant to strong winds. Therefore, its tests begin to resemble flights of quite independent devices more than trial experiments. It is capable of stabilizing over water and landing safely. Well, have you not yet become jealous that someone has such things? The Copter Pack is an electric backpack helicopter created on the basis of a light carbon fiber glider. Electric propellers allow it to take off easily from a standstill, just as a typical drone with vertical takeoff and landing does. The pilot can hover at an impressive height without difficulty, while his body is located between 2 huge rotors that rotate at very high speeds in close proximity to him. The copter allows you to spend up to 20 minutes in continuous flight, accelerating to 70 kilometers per hour. This miracle of technology resembles a classic motorcycle, which nevertheless hovers through the air, lifting off the ground to a height of up to 6 meters. The Russian cargo drone developer company, Hover Surf, created the piloted hoverbike Scorpion 3. Instead of wheels, the flying motorcycle has a drive built in with the effect of an air cushion. Essentially, this is a giant quadcopter, controlled both in manual and in automatic mode. First of all, its purpose is penetration into territories with extreme conditions, for example, riding over sandy dunes. The software must control the safety of the ratio of speed and altitude, and the power of the electric motor can allow you to control the Iron Horse without a brake for a full 25 minutes, reaching a speed of 65 kilometers per hour. The Dubai police became very interested in this invention. Such equipment would allow arriving at the scene of a crime even before it occurred. On the 25th of July, 2019, the French inventor Frankie Zapata attempted to fly over the English Channel on his creation, the Jetboard Flyboard Air. Although the attempt was unsuccessful, he failed to cover the distance of 35 kilometers in 20 minutes as planned. He fell into the water halfway. But he did not abandon attempts to modernize the mini turbojet and achieved his goal. Now the device can accelerate to an unimaginable 190 kilometers per hour and rise to an altitude of up to 3,000 meters. For a flying board, these are fantastic indicators. Is it a bird or an airplane? It is a Jetman, Friends, or a Rocketman. Can you imagine an airwalk next to an Airbus? While you play video games, this is already happening in reality at a speed of 250 kilometers per hour. If this seems not enough, then there was a case when a Jetman took part in an air show, developing all 400 kilometers per hour. In the year 2020, the Jetman managed to reproduce an independent takeoff from the ground. Its creator, the Swiss pilot inventor Yves Rossi, made his first series of 9 flights in Asia. In the famous carbon Kevlar suit, with 4 jet engines, he flew next to Mount Fuji. He also visited the Grand Canyon. Incredible possibilities are opened by such inventions. Have you not yet become a little creeped out? At a special event in Abu Dhabi in mid-March 2023, the Japanese company ALI Technologies presented the futuristic flying motorcycle X-Turismo. The hoverbike was created by the designers of the firm Bayanat. This is a subsidiary division of the company G42, which deals with artificial intelligence technologies. In 3 seconds, it rises 2 meters in height and can develop a speed of up to 100 kilometers per hour, being in continuous flight for up to 40 minutes. This advanced vehicle is supposed to be used by emergency services, but you can also order one for yourself if you are not embarrassed by the price of $700,000. If you do not have money for an airplane, then you can buy at least an engine. This paramotor is really available for order. The electric paramotor is a complex aircraft that is built according to the most modern standards of electric motors. Its capabilities can keep you in the air for up to 5 minutes, and the payload capacity is sufficient to carry 1 person. So if you are irresistibly drawn to the sky, perhaps this is your budget chance for happiness. The airboard of the company Dragonair is a single-seat electric hoverbike with vertical takeoff and landing. Its creator, Mariah Kane, a pilot and project manager, together with her team, presented this device in the year 2017 at the Go Fly competition in the United States. The device has 8 sets of vertical pulling and pushing propellers and 8 long landing skis. The pilot controls it by the principle of a ski pole. They say it is very simple. Some of the pilots rose on it by several tens of meters in 1 minute and easily moved at a speed of about 30 kilometers per hour. It is not surprising that they received a competition prize in the amount of $50,000 United States dollars. Skypack V1 is the first prototype of a backpack multicopter at a mini scale. This little backpack with a power of 112 horses lifts you into the sky with the help of 6 propellers and 6 electric motors. The upper and lower propellers are mounted on metal posts, and the middle ones are mounted on wooden posts. So you simply attach yourself to the frame and take off standing, and you are helped by the flight controller, electronic speed controllers and batteries. And for landing, a metal landing gear with fixed skids is provided. If you weigh 64 kilograms, then you will be able to remain in the air for 2 minutes. But there are options, for example, a carbon frame that extends the flight to half an hour. The American company, Terrafugia, which since the year 2017 has belonged to the Geely Holding, received from the United States Federal Aviation Administration a certificate of airworthiness for the flying car Terrafugia Transition. Imagine, first you move along the road at a speed of 110 kilometers per hour, and then you unfold the wings, take off into the sky to an altitude of 2,000 meters and travel through the air like a private airplane. This machine can cover a distance of up to 700 kilometers, and at the same time, your voyage will be not only romantic, but also safe. Moreover, absolutely legalized. If you have $500,000 lying around in your account, consider this compact model. The Dutch company PAL-5 came up with a combination of a three-wheeled car and a gyrocopter, which can cover on one tank 1,300 kilometers on the ground and up to 400 kilometers in the air, moving faster than any express train. Like an airplane, this flying car can rise to an altitude of more than 3,000 meters. To operate this vehicle, both a driver's license and a pilot's license for an autogyro are required. In order to avoid accidents, the company established its own training center, which guarantees you safe operation of gyrocopters in the future. Do you remember the cars flying along the streets from the film The Fifth Element? The Slovak company, Klein Vision, is preparing to begin mass production of the flying car Aircar 2. An engine with a power of 160 horsepower is capable of developing a speed of up to 250 kilometers per hour in the air and up to 200 kilometers per hour on the road. And the automatic transformation from a car into an airplane takes less than 3 minutes. The car can cover a distance of up to 1,000 kilometers in one trip without refueling. Apparently, someone really got tired of city traffic, developing the flying car Aleph. The purpose of its creation is not a demonstration of progress at a show, but application in life. Driving along streets and above streets with vertical takeoff if necessary and flying above the traffic flow. A good modern solution to the problem of congestion is to marry a flying saucer with a Tesla. The flying hybrid 4-seat car A5, developed by the company Aska, also received a certificate of airworthiness from the United States Federal Civil Aviation Administration. It can develop a speed of up to 240 kilometers per hour, which will allow, for example, to cross Switzerland in 1.5 hours. The car with folding wings can move along roads and occupy only one parking space, and also perform flights. The four-wheeled car is designed to carry 4 people, including the pilot driver. On the ground, A5 is driven by 4 electric motors built into the wheels. They are capable of accelerating the car to 105 kilometers per hour in less than 5 seconds, which helps shorten the takeoff run distance. The appearance of this car on the international market is expected in the year 2026, so this is already almost our present. If you do not like wasting time in city traffic jams, look at what solution was found in Thailand. The company EHang invented an unmanned air taxi, and the experimental model EH216S has already made its first flight, delivering passengers to the National Conference Center in the center of Bangkok. The electric motors of this environmentally friendly miracle move it through the air at a speed of more than 100 kilometers per hour, and the payload capacity is 260 kilograms. In case of an abnormal situation, the device is programmed so that it returns to base on its own and lands safely. This modern unmanned rescuer is absolutely ideal for delivering medicines or evacuating people. Look at this miracle of technology. In front of you is the Flyer, which will replace both a jet ski and a helicopter. This hybrid of a multi-copter and a scooter with 10 propellers and an automatic stabilization system can both float and fly at a height of 3 meters above the water at a speed of 40 kilometers per hour. With such a device, you can easily take an excursion around all the beaches at once. The smallest biplane airplane ever built is called the Star Bumblebee. Its wingspan is only 1 meter 66 centimeters. It is 8 times smaller than any standard biplane, but can reach an altitude of 4,200 meters and race at a speed of 300 kilometers per hour. Not bad for a baby, right? It has already been noted in the Guinness Book of Records as an engineering miracle. The Bumblebee was designed and built by Robert Starr in Phoenix, the state of Arizona, with the intention of breaking the record for the smallest biplane in the world. This transport was definitely created for introverts. The Gen H-4 is a light civilian helicopter developed by the Japanese company of the same name in the year 2008. It is equipped with 4 engines and is supplied on order in disassembled form, and you can assemble it yourself according to the instructions in 30 to 40 hours. This is an exciting and expensive construction set toy for adults and perhaps the smallest helicopter today. Just stand on the platform, press the button, and it will lift you 1,000 meters above the hustle and bustle. Even those who confuse right-left and the gas brake pedals in a car will learn to operate it. And it will cost you not millions, but only $50,000. So, the future is already here with the flying gondola Aeronext, which was developed in Japan to ensure safety and comfort. The current model accommodates 1 passenger, but the next ones will be designed for 4. The device has front and rear inclined wings with 4 propellers, each of which tilts at the optimal angle for takeoff and forward flight during turbulence and landing, and the panoramic cabin allows you to appreciate breathtaking views in full. The Flying Car X1 from the company Richter, as they claim, is the first amphibian in the world, something between a motorcycle and a passenger aircraft that organically combines the functionality of land and air. It was created for extreme weather, equipped with a 4-axis 8 rotor system for increased stability, and the landing gear is made of composite carbon fiber and aviation aluminum materials. Its takeoff and landing are as soft as an elevator. It will deliver you at a speed of 123 kilometers per hour in full comfort. Moreover, you can take with you 27 cases of beer. Such is its payload capacity. Today, it is recognized as the quietest and safest vehicle among hybrids. In case one of the propellers fails, the others will cope. The system provides solutions for abnormal situations. The gyrocopter, or the so-called autogyro, is a wonderful combination of innovation and practicality in the world of personal aviation. The elegant model of the company Cracker can ride you at a speed of 120 kilometers per hour on water, and at your desire instantly rise into the air. Hold on tight. This equipment will be able to entertain you. An innovation in water navigation is the battery-powered boat Icon, a product of cooperation between the companies Tidal and BMW, which stunned viewers at the Cannes Film Festival. This 14-meter beauty softly cuts the waves at a speed of 50 nautical miles at 20 knots, thanks to the unique design of hydrofoils that keep it above the surface of the water and allow saving energy consumption. The most amazing thing is that you may not even stand at the helm, but control the miracle boat with the help of voice commands. Little boat, sail. Lilium Jet is an air taxi with an electric drive, developed by a German company. The 5-seat airplane is driven by 36 electric motors, 6 on each of the front wings and 12 on the rear ones. For vertical takeoff, the driven flaps turn downward, and when transitioning to a horizontal position, thrust forward is created. This is much more ergonomic than lifting on a rotorcraft. The flight range of the Lilium Jet is 300 kilometers. Its motors with propellers are designed to be powered by lithium-ion batteries with a power of 1 megawatt. For one flight, less than 200 kilowatt-hours are required, and the speed at the same time reaches 300 kilometers per hour. That is all. Thank you for watching, subscribe, and watch our previous episodes.